Okay, I'm going to be doing another screen recording for those that are looking to set maximum availability for maximum profit. So the new schedule has finally come out. It used to be at 11 o'clock, and now, as you can see on my top left-hand corner of the screen, it's 1 o'clock. I erased these last 3 days, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday here, so that you can see what I do. First, I'm going to go to the top right-hand corner where this gear is in the settings. And you will see, as I read, these settings are stored every Wednesday at midnight to generate your weekly schedule on Thursday. So make sure your availability is set before Wednesday or prior to midnight on Wednesday. Now what I do for maximum schedule is, as you can see here, max schedule hours per week. Maximum, no preference. Now you can set this for 4, 8, 12, 16, or 20 hours. But for myself, regardless of the 20-hour mark, I still put no preference. And I save my settings. Now that will also be able to provide you more than 20 hours, because if there are couriers required during hours that are not scheduled, or for hours that you are not scheduled to, you will be notified. Beware of this though, that they will wake you up and be notified with their little charms through the app. So I add availability. I always check off available all day. Now you can select your times of when you're available and your end time. So start time and end time. But for myself, I always want to be maxed out as much as possible. So all day I am available. And I will do this for all of the days when the availability portion of this is available to us to set. So you see here I'm checking off available for all day in the availability tab. Now currently these are my shifts that I have scheduled for myself for January 2nd, 3rd, and for the 4th. And now they have added shifts to my week as the algorithm provides to you, which I don't always agree upon. I don't like starting prior to 11, and so a lot of the time when these shifts are brought up and they're available, as you can see here, if they are not according to what I prefer, I just eliminate them. With the hours that I work, I find starting at 10 o'clock seems to be a little bit early, and also 9:45. So 12:45 is not too bad, but I prefer the 11:45. So what I tend to do is drop all the shifts that they provide to me if they are not adequate to what I prefer. Now be careful, sometimes dropping shifts will eliminate you being able to accept any shifts, period. But I prefer to set my own schedule, and usually the algorithm understands that I like to start at 11 o'clock. Oops, I dropped my Monday shift. So now I go to open shifts. And sometimes this can take a few minutes to reset. So here you're seeing Friday the 1st, and I'll click on the 2nd to see what shifts are available. So I actually dropped my shift and lost it, but I prefer to try to keep myself at 4-hour shifts. So I will accept this 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is the shift that I prefer, and this is the area that I work. Now, because I don't typically like the traffic between that time, I have a tendency to take at least an hour and a half to 2 hours off. So while I'm setting my shifts, I'll bounce back and forth between my shifts and the open shifts. So I have now 11 to 3 p.m. And I'll go to open shifts, and I will try to find something else that corresponds with this and have myself at least an hour break or more. Typically traffic is kind of crazy between 3 to 6, so what I'll try to do next is look for a 4:45 or 5 p.m. start shift. Excuse my wheezing and my asthma. But before I do that, I will try and find a corresponding shift that will match up. So you see 4:45 to 8:45 or 5 to 9. I will try and find to see if there's an 8:45 start or a 9 o'clock start so that I can back to back my second shift. So I'm going to accept this 5 to 9 shift because I like to back my second shifts of the day and my third shift. And then I will look for, go back to the 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. and add that as a shift. And now you go back to my shifts and you'll see this is what I typically like to set up for myself. An 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., then I'll take a break for 2 hours, start back up at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Now this is what I've been relying on lately. When I started Skip the Dish, I used to try and set myself up for 4 shifts. But what I do now is, if the hours are busy and there are orders coming in, typically orders are placed 45 minutes in advance, and so the system will know if there are orders available and will ask you for shift extensions if available. And that's what I'll rely on here. If there's shift extension available, I'll take it from 3 to 4, or further, right on to 5 o'clock if it's busy. And same with the 1 a.m. If it continues to be busy and people drop off, I will continue to shift extend right into 3 a.m. I don't typically go further than that because the body can't handle too much more. So now we'll go on to Tuesday, and I will find the start time that I prefer once again. And I like 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's the shift that I find most comfortable, and after working till 3 a.m., typically that works out best for me. Starting any earlier than that, I tend to arrive late for my shift. So then I will once again look for a 4:45 to 8:45 or a 5 to 9. Now in here it's 5:15 to 9:15 or 4:45 to 8:45. So I'll try and find a corresponding shift, either 8:45 or 9:15. And there's nothing for 9:15, but there is for 8:45. So what I will do to back is find the 8:45 end time, and I will accept the 4:45 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. Add that to my shift, and then I will find the 8:45 p.m. That took me into Wednesday. 8:45 p.m. to 12:45 p.m. and then I will rely on shift extensions once again. So now you see I have 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., 5 to 9, 9 to 1, and then 11 to 3, 4:45 to 8:45, 8:45 to 12:45. And we'll go back to open shifts, and we'll go to Wednesday, and I will continue on with this. So then I'll do an 11 to 3, and then I will go and look for the 4:45 or 5. So there's a 5 to 9, and there's a 9 to 1. So I'll accept the 5 to 9, add that on, and then Sometimes it tries to jump you right into the Thursday. As you see, it does that. So then I go to the 9 to 1. And I always like to check to make sure everything is corresponding, once again, with my shifts, where I have at least 2 shifts back to back and 1 morning or early afternoon shift. So then I move on to Thursday, and we'll do the same. 11 till 3, I'd shift, and then I look for that evening shift again. And shifts can disappear very fast, so sometimes you got to jump on this as soon as possible. 5 to 8, now they're only giving me 3 hours to work. Oh, there's a 5:15 to 9:15 though. So we'll try and find a corresponding. Oh, 9. And sometimes this happens where you can't go back to back. It seems as though the algorithm tries to force you to take breaks. So there's nothing that I can do back to back from what I can see. But am I fully paying attention? 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9. So there's a 5 to 8. So I'll take that, I guess. 5 to 8 p.m. Add shift. And then we go 8 to 12:45. You gotta be careful though, because it'll jump into the next day. 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. I'll double check. Yeah, 8 p.m. So I want that 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. And I'll rely on shift extensions after that, if they are available, to carry on with maximum availability. So then Friday, I can take the 12:30 a.m. to 3 a.m. because my shift starts or ends at 12 a.m. Typically I can rely on shift extensions though to continue on. So I'll add that one last if they allow me to. For now, I want to make sure that I have a regular day shift, so 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then I look for the 5 o'clock or 4:45 if possible. So 5 to 9, and make sure I have something else that backs up. And there we go. So I'll take the 5 to 9 again. And then I'll take the 9 to 1. See, you gotta be careful though, because it will jump you out into the next day. Trying to trick you more or less the way I think or see it, to not overwork you. So there you go. I can go back to open shifts if I choose, and I can take this 12:30 to 3 a.m. so that I'm booked in for a full day, because these Friday, Saturday, Sunday can be very good money days. But that being said, every day seems to be fairly decent. But it all depends on paydays and hungry bellies, obviously. So now we're on to Saturday, and sometimes Saturday I prefer to just work straight through as much as possible. So if I can go 11 to 3 and then, 3 right into 7, can I go from 7 on to something and work straight through? No, it will make me take a break. Which is fine. So I can go 3 to 7 if I choose, or I can just continue on with my regular style shift, 5 to 9, and see if there's another one of a 9 start. Nope. So 9:15 to 1:15. Is there anything as such? And there we go, 5:15 to 9:15. Add shift, and then I'll grab a 9:15. See how it jumps you into Sunday, automatically only allowing you or wanting you to work 8-hour shifts. Sorry. And 9:15 to 1 a.m. Once again, I'll check my shifts to make sure I have back to back. 11 to 3, 5:15 to 9:15, 9:15 to 1:15 a.m. And then I'll continue on with Sunday as such and go from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Add shift and then continue on. There's a 4 to 8, which gives me a break, and sometimes that's nice. Or 5 to 9. And it doesn't have a 9 start, so I can always go 9:15 if there's such back here. Then there is 5:15 to 9:15. The reason why I like to take a break is it allows me to re-energize, get some food in my belly. Oops, what happened there? Hey, that didn't work out right. 5:15 to 9:15. Oh yeah. Maybe I better drop that Monday one because that buggered up the whole system. Okay, open shifts, Sunday. And sometimes you gotta wait and let it refresh. So I'll come into here. This is where my stats are now, 2,280 deliveries and over 10,000 kilometers. So I'm not 100% experienced, but all of this has been established within a short period of time. There's an alarm. I set myself an alarm so that I don't miss this opportunity to set up my schedule for shifts. Now it's not resetting for me at this moment. So I kind of buggered myself up there because I dropped the shift. And they're still showing no shifts available. So now, as you can see, I have January 2nd, and my shifts are very similar. I do a morning shift to afternoon, and then give myself a 1 to 2 hour time off. This one's 1 hour, and then I have a back-to-back shift. Same here, I have morning to afternoon, take an hour and a half off, then I have a 15-minute break in that one. So I don't have a back-to-back, but here you see morning to afternoon, and then afternoon to early morning, back-to-back. Same thing here with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it could very be a good idea to just take some time off and relax. And I seem to have screwed myself by dropping that Monday shift and not properly taking shifts. So, such as it may be, but you can always come back into here while you're working throughout the week, and the availability will come to you so that you can take these shifts again or add on shifts. So there shows you a little mistake that I made by dropping a shift after I added it on, and this could very well be the computer system. Usually it allows me to do as I want, but with the new updates, things have changed. So there you have it. You can see through the settings. You can check for updates, update your program, your skip is up to date. And if you're in here eager to earn and you want to get out to work earlier, you can very well click on the offline button. You're offline. You can turn this online and it will let you know if shifts are available. Now you see it's gray outline there. That's because I don't have anything booked. If it's blue, then you have a schedule booked. And if this outline turns to green of the city area, then there are extensions available. So checking it again. Yes, I screwed myself for my shifts on Sunday, but it's always good to take some time off. So 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., 5:15 to 9:15, and now I'll just have to keep my eye open for the Sunday shift if I want to continue on with that. Now, as I move forward within this new year, I'll probably be taking 1 day off a week so that I don't get into the burnout stage anymore. And I also plan on proceeding with some further studies within my career advancement. So taking a day off would be almost mandatory. So I can't take them all. You can't deliver every piece of item, but there you have it. If you guys are trying to set yourself up for maximum cash earnings, which I have shown you in the past, you must be willing to accept everything that comes your way. So when there are shift extensions, I accept all shift extensions to the max, and I try to set myself up for maximum availability within my shifts. Like I said, I used to set myself up so that I had 4 shifts a day, such as this one with Friday. So I have a very early morning shift, and then I'll have late morning to early afternoon, and then an evening into early morning. Typically, this is what my day looks like with the break in between and a back-to-back shift. This is what I used to set myself up with, and I still do. Friday, Saturday, Sundays seem to be very good days, but like I said, they all are very good days in Victoria anyways, so I don't try to worry about it, but I will be looking forward to trying to add on to this. Anyways, that's a long enough video for now. If you guys are looking to max out your profitability, then that is how I go about my schedule setting. Thank you, and take care.